scale. Or do you see the last thing I texted? Did the same thing?
Market Matt.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. How's everyone doing? How you doing?
I'm all right. Welcome back to the Fireside Chat here on 86.5 The Vibe. You've got Shady V, Jackie C is our guest producer today, and of course, Market Matt. Matt, how's the market looking?
It's been it's actually looking a little bit better this week. I know we had a couple questions from last week. I know someone was asking about the what's going on with Apple and the trial. I know the trial's still going on right now. I need to take this weekend to kind of look in more detail and kind of see the information in that, and maybe can go further detail on Monday's chat with that. And I know we also had some questions about dividends. I think I've talked about that topic before in the past, but we can talk about it again on Monday, and I can come up with maybe like the 10 best dividend stocks and ETFs based off that, and kind of explain a little bit, more how to have a dividend, strategy, and kind of have a good portfolio with that in there. We'll talk about those topics on Monday. I'll take the weekend to review some of that stuff. It's been a crazy week. So I just wanted to recap on a couple of the things I talked about last week, because we did have a couple of news events. So I'll look over that real quick. I know the first one was I mentioned that we had the FDA date for HRTX, which they did get the approval, which is great. However, market did not take it very well. It ended up declining about, I think it started out with maybe being 10% up and then closing 10% down. So
wow.
Not a very good price action for that. And then a couple of days following that, it did go down as well. And I just want to explain why I did that. And sometimes based off of certain drugs that get approved have specific labeling, which is like the FDA will give a contingent approval being like, you can use this drug, but only for these surgeries. If a doctor was to use that drug for a different thing, it would be considered off-label. So pretty much the drug they have is a post-operative pain, non-opioid pain reliever. As a retail investor, I've been in this stock for 2 years, and a lot of the people I've spoken to that are also invested in it, we all believe in the long-term, success of this drug and the company itself, which is already really successful. I think they're over a $2 billion market cap already. But we were hoping for a label that was going to be saying opioid-sparing medication, which they're working up towards. And then also having a broad label, which meaning that instead of just having, 3 or 4 procedures this drug is approved for, meaning that it could be broad, like meaning that there's multiple different things that this could be used for, not just a few specific things. So the reason that it went down is because it did not get the broad label and it did not have the opioid sparing label. The CEO did have a conference call and talked about, the approval and the earnings report for this quarter and everything, and did explain that it's a very minor trial. In order to get a new, adjusted label approved, it should be like 3 to 6 months, nothing too long. In the meantime, they're going to be launching this new product called Zyn Relief, which is the one that got approved in late July. They already have manufacturing and marketing ready to launch. This drug has been waiting to be approved for like 3 years, so already a lot of physicians and surgeons know about it. We just got to wait and see, the next 3 months, next earnings report, see how the sales are coming in. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pre-orders for this, but like I said, if we could get that broad label and the opioid sparing label, that is huge. That means that there's going to be way more indications this could be used for, which means more sales for the company, which means higher stock price, and also in the end means more money for us. So I'm going to keep holding. I am down a little bit on it right now, but it happens. I'm very confident. I'm patient. I've already been in the stock for 2 years, and I can wait another couple of years. This is not a swing or day trade. This is a long-term investment for me. And if you're going to get in now, I do think it's a decent price. It's definitely beaten down a little bit. I think it's about $13.90. Median price target for this company, I think, is upwards of $45. It is a strong buyout candidate as well. So yeah, definitely something to take a look at. Just a couple of things I want to talk about. I know we're still waiting on that infrastructure bill with Biden. I think they're negotiating right now, and that's not really that big of a deal. But I do know that a lot of that money is going to be allocated towards some of those, you know, clean and green energy companies. So I think that that sector could be looking to have a little bit of a run the next few weeks based off of the news off this bill. I've already mentioned a lot of different ones that I'm interested in, like GEVO, OEG, now STEM Incorporated. Those are definitely ones that are going to be also long-term holds, but do have a lot of upward potential in the future. Couple last things I want to talk about. CVM. I know we're still waiting on that phase 3 data. I wouldn't play options with this. I would just get shares if you can. I think anything right now is a steal, about 20 or less. Considering the upward potential versus downside. I mean, upward potential is like people predicting, 300 to 500%. Downward potential, if the phase 3 data is not as good as what they expected, is only like minus 15, 20%. So definitely something to take a look at. That is a very high risk play, but I like taking risks. Can definitely get rewarded very well. You know what they say, no risk, no reward. And the last one was Sessin, which I've talked about a lot on here. That is one of my biggest holdings right now. Sitting pretty on that for me. I wish I was on this, chat a long time ago, and I could have told you about it when I found out and did the research. Not going to say too much, but my dad is actually a physician, and I mentioned it to him because he's interested in investing in stuff too. He actually looked over some of the data from this company, from the drug that they're doing, and him being a physician, this specific condition that it's being used for, which is minimally invasive bladder cancer. I might have butchered that. I'm not a doctor, but pretty much what he said is there's nothing else on the market like this, and the data looks excellent. So we're waiting for that FDA approval as well, which is coming up in middle of August. I think it's August 18th. The price has been going up the last week or so since they had their earnings report. We're about to break through $3. I got in around $1. I'm holding quite a bit, just at $1. So I'm really happy with my average, but I still think that, right now is a good buy, considering that the upside potential is much, greater than the lower side. Next time I talk about this company, I'm going to show you guys a chart that I had based off of the long-term price, and then as well as there was also like an Excel file I had based off of potential sales for the drug based off of timeline. Someone else had showed it to me, and I thought it was very interesting with predictions. They have like a low, a medium, and a high, potential sales of the drug once it's approved. And I was very impressed with seeing that information, and also very impressed with seeing what the potential market cap for this company could eventually be if it doesn't get bought out before then. But I know that they're trying to do it on their own, which is also really good, because that means that whoever's holding, and if they are successful, will be getting a higher stock price in the end. That's it for recap. Not really looking at anything new right now yet. Did want to briefly talk about crypto. Like I said before, I'm not an expert in that at all, nor am I in the other stuff. I'm kind of just helping you guys out. But with the crypto, I know that there was a big decline. I know today Bitcoin went down another 10%. It broke through the 40, whatever, I think it was like a 44,000 support, and I think they went down as low as like 34, 35,000 a coin. If you look at the history of the crypto in general, and also Bitcoin, there is always a pullback. But what's followed by a pullback? Higher highs, usually. I think that this drop was pretty significant. I think it will go lower. I think it could go as low as maybe Bitcoin could go maybe under 30, probably like 27, 26,000. Once it hits that, certain level though, I think it will shoot back up. I was talking to a few other people, and I know a lot of these big price drops, whether it's crypto or the regular market, are usually manipulation from the market makers or the people that are holding millions and millions of shares or coins, whatever. And they do this on purpose. They drive the price down in order for them to get a better price, load up more, and then usually, what do you know? It goes back up, and not too long after it goes down. So people are predicting that, when this does hit that bottom and it starts to kind of, go up again, it's going to go up very quickly this time. And people are predicting it's going to go past 70K, which I think is insane. Because I remember hearing about Bitcoin back in 2013, and if I had just put in maybe, $5,000 back then, I'd probably be a millionaire right now. So pretty crazy. But we'll see what happens. I hope everyone's staying safe out there and kind of, be careful, what you're buying, and kind of keep an eye, on that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for today. I'm not sure if this guy over here wants to add something or.
So as always, just to kind of close everything out, we've got Rel, the JD. Sure, the J.
Juris Doctor. It means he's a lawyer.
Oh,
Juris.
that's really good to know. So we've got Rel,
He passed his bar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
Congrats.
Congratulations to Rel, the JD, the Juris Doctor, at 7 p.m. Sunday night. We've also got the Fireside Chat live with Shady V and Jackie C tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Be there, guys. Otherwise, of course, as always, we just want to wish you guys the best. Like Matt said, keep being careful.
Yep.
We're going to also... We got Jackie C right here. He's going to tell us that we need to wish the Caps good luck, which is certainly not true at all.
Caps.
Hey, and tomorrow's fight night.
Yeah, tomorrow's fight night. Be there. And you're watching 86.5 The Vibe.
Live. It's crazy.
That was